Hi, my name is Benjamin Katz and welcome back to the 48th Ice Cream Review, where today I'm at Timberline Ice Cream in Flagstaff, Arizona, trying the two flavors, Root Beer Float and Orange Guava. Let's get started with the Root Beer Float. It's a very cold flavor. It's a bit icy too. On the palate it comes off with a strong root beer flavor, which is good, and then it fades casually into the background. It's more of a watery aftertaste than a creamy aftertaste, but there is still that strong dairy overtone that you would expect from a root beer float style flavor. I do find it curious how every root beer float ice cream I've had doesn't quite capture what the essence of a root beer float is, right? It's root beer and vanilla ice cream. I think I would incorporate it like a orange dreamsicle does, right? Where you have that orange outer shell, that vanilla inner core. That's how I think a root beer float flavor should be. If I was just calling this a root beer flavor, absolutely. It's a strong root beer flavor. It's not too sugary. It's not too sweet. It almost has that carbonated tingle in the mouth too. But I'm missing some of the float aspects. Let's move next to the orange guava. This will be my first time having a guava anything ice cream, so I'm excited. Maybe I've just got orange dreamsicles on the mind, but this almost reminisces of an orange dreamsicle flavor. The guava adds that nice extra bite that complements the acidity of the orange and brings that extra fruity punch. It almost tastes like what a children's drink is trying to do when it makes a mixed citrus ice cream. Very well done. It's easy to go down. It's smooth on the palate too. Let's try the two flavors together now and see what happens. Sadly, the orange drowns out the root beer subtleties, and you are just getting more orange guava with a tiny tingle of what feels like carbonation. I do enjoy these ice creams though. They're well made, if not a bit icy. But I've really come to appreciate these more watery aftertaste ice creams. Yes, we are used to this thick dairy that coats the mouth and lingers forever, right? The grocery store ice creams, the manufactured Hershey's and Bluebells and whatnots, these will stay in the mouth. But these more handcrafted local ice creams that I've come to prefer aren't watery per se. They're still absolutely dairy-based frozen desserts. But they don't linger. They don't leave anything on the mouth. They give you the flavor, they give you the refreshing mouthfeel, and then they exit. When I'm eating a manufactured ice cream, I feel the need to have water beside me. At the last place I went to, it was a very sugary ice cream, and I felt the need to drink continuous water for, probably about 30 minutes afterwards. But this feels like it's hydrating me, although I know it's not. It's just good, right? It's good and it's wholesome. They also carry a bit of a unique pricing structure here, where it's $4.50 for your first scoop, then $3.50 for each additional scoop. I don't know how many scoops you're allowed to get before they cut you off, but I got a double. They didn't do split scoop single, sadly, but it was about $8.50 after tax, which is a bit pricey for the amount of ice cream you're getting, but I do think it's worth it for the quality of the ice cream and for the locally crafted ideas. I do wish they had a bit more variety, as these seasonal flavors were the only ones that were beyond, the classic chocolate, vanilla, mint chip, strawberry. But they did have some sort of local variations to those standard flavors. Like Rocky Road was called Rocky Route 66 because we are on Route 66. It has a charm. The interior of the shop is minimal. I would say it's practically a storefront in a strip mall. But it allows them to make it on site and sell it for the price they're selling. Location's not ideal. You do have to drive up to it, but I don't know. I think the product speaks for itself here. This is a really well-made ice cream. And so that brings me to my closing thoughts. Timberline ice cream is serving some really good ice cream with attention to detail and thought behind their packaging, behind their flavors, behind their vibe. I do wish it was in a bit of a better location instead of a strip mall away from the downtown, but this is where people are going anyway to run errands and whatnots. So as long as they're able to stay in business and get enough customers, I support it. It was $8.50 for a double, so a bit expensive, but I think well worth it for the quality of ice cream that you're getting. If you like this video and want to see more like it, consider subscribing, or go to finefiltermarketing.com for more on the journey. Thank you.